Hello YouTube, Jacob here from Survivalist Guide 101. Sorry about the light adjustment, just had to move the light around a little bit. Today we're back here with another gear review. The last one I put I know was here a while back, right after I first started making videos. What we got today is a knife. I just picked this up today from my local Walmart. It is a Ultimate Survivals Technologies knife. It's what they call it. They got an axe that's the same design as this knife, based on the paracord wrapped handle, magnesium / ferrocerium rod, fire stick, whatever y'all want to call it. You can't really call it a ferrocerium rod. You can't really call it a magnesium bar. It's kind of, I guess you could say, a joint between them. But what I want to talk to y'all about is the knife here comes with this rod. What this rod is, y'all can see the silver where I done it. If I can get a close-up view of that, y'all can see, kind of like I said, I'm trying to get a close view. You might be, yeah, there you go. You can see where the two pieces join together. The silver on it is a ferrocerium rod. The rest of the black is magnesium. That's the cheap little, well, it ain't really cheap, it's a pretty good little fire starter. I tried a little bit, so you can see it's silver. The handle's pretty sturdy on it, which, I mean, then again, it's a handle that can be used in a lot of work. I just hate having ones that the handle's just kind of like slung on there, just pushed in. You go to strike it, the bar flies out, the handle's sitting there. What good does that do, especially if you can't find it? The knife. Actually surprised me the quality of this knife. Out of the box, sharp enough to shave hair off your arm. This has been no sharpening, no nothing. I haven't done anything to this knife. And as y'all can see, it shaves the hair right off my arm. There's a little bit of the, there you go. Y'all can see that right there. That's hair and skin, dead skin, which comes off on dead. But it comes pre-wrapped with 6 foot of this paracord, 550 cord, nothing special about it. It's got a finger grip where you can grip it, use the paracord as a lanyard, and grip it. It's got a finger grip right there where it keeps your finger barely from sliding up. It'd be better if they would have actually added that up a little bit. But it's there. It can be used, and it's good to have. What I like the most about this knife is that it's paracord wrapped. It's black, titanium carbon steel. Good blade, full tank construction. As y'all can tell, it's paracord wrapped handle, so it's full tank. Blade is really sharp right out the box, like I done said. It's got a 1 inch serrated part on it, 1 inch of serration, and it can be lashed as a spear head. You can use it for spearing animals. You could also lash it to, if you wanted to get really like crazy, I guess you could call it, and a shit hit the fan scenario, a WRL, swing arm kill traps. Now, a lot of people think of that as, oh, well, he's crazy. If you want to get technical, you can take a tree. Let's say a 3-inch tree, 1 to 3 inch roughly in that range, best about 2 inch. Bend it down as tight as you can, hook it up to a hair-like trigger, run the string around in front of it. You can take and lash this knife about, average you got about 5.5 foot up on the bend. Like I said, run it around, and when it slings forward, they trip that, it will stick them, and it will stick them good. We did some tests, me and a couple buddies, one of them that was with me today when I got this knife, we did some tests on it on a dummy mannequin. And it was literally, this is high density foam mannequins, it would stick in all the way past the handle. And that was on a different knife. It would actually stick it in right where it was lashed to the stick. And that was a small stick, only about 3/4 to an inch in diameter. So you take a tree that's anywhere between 2 and 3 inches in diameter, and it will really stick them pretty good. Enough rambling about the knife. It comes, like I said, 6-foot paracord, sharp out the box, 1-inch serration, finger grip, thumb grips, all of that good stuff. Now we go to the case, the sheath, case, carrying handle, whatever people want to call these. I really like this sheath, really durable construction. What stood out about me is the 2-step safety precautions they put on these, to where if you lose your knife, you ain't gonna just unbutton that little button there and it fall out. What they did is they added Velcro, a Velcro insert inside it, where you can wrap that around your knife first and then latch that to where this comes undone. You still got something holding your knife, because I have had incidents where the buttons will come unsnapped when you're walking through thick brush and your knife will come out, especially if you carry it on the side of your waistband pointing straight back or pointing straight forward. I've had incidents where I'll be walking, having to walk backwards for a lot of thick brush. It just hang up on my knife lanyard and may not even know it, and jerk it right out the sheath, and then it be like hanging there or whatever, may not even know it. So that is a really nice feature. I'm glad they added to this. One of the other features are where the fire starter attaches in. Is very, I've slung this down several times and can't even get this to budge at all, but comes out easy. Even with the knife in, it's a little bit tricky to pull it out because you got to slant it at an angle and then pull it up and out, but it still comes out easy. I did a little bit of a test with this, just using the back of the spine. I'm not going to try to start a fire on my desk here, that'd just be pointless. But I'll shock it once or twice for y'all. Like I said, this is just using the fire seam rod. It does a pretty good job. If you get it real low, it's kind of hard to hold this on camera and get it all in frame. As y'all see, it does a pretty good job on it. And the sparks coming off of this are pretty hot. You get some of these that throw sparks off that are just sparks. They're not that hot. One thing I've always done to test all of my fire seam rods and stuff to see how efficient they would be is I bought them cheap dollar store, Dollar Tree fire seam rods you can find. That some dollar stores, mine here in Cleveland actually has one there. They call it it's a DG camping fire stick is what I think they call it, something stupid. But it's just a rod that's about 1 inch long like this, but only thinner. About the width of a piece of paracord, but thinner. And I use that, and I always take like a styrofoam plate, paper plate, strike it off once good time on the plate, and if it burns any holes in it, melts any of it or anything, then you can kind of well guess it will get a fire going pretty decent with you. The dollar store brand ones, they work. Don't get me wrong, if I had that was it. I got one of them in a small everyday carry pouch I use. They work, but you really got to dig in and really just sit there and strike in a rapid succession to get up enough spark heat to even start one. This, I use just a simple old paper plate, strike it one time and it burned a hole clean for the middle. So this is a really good rod just for the point. Also, if you're at a local Walmart, check it out in the camping aisle. This knife cost me, it was $8 for the knife. 7 or 8, I think it came. I paid with it for 10. I think I had $3 left over, so roughly $7 to $8. Could be more at mine. I think it was like $7.97. At the one off of Treasury Drive here in Cleveland, it was like $7.97 roughly, and then plus tax, so I came right around $2 left over, and bought a Mountain Dew, had the rest. They also got a machete. There it uses the same concept as this. Has a fire starter, has a sheath just like this, and I think it's a 10 or 12-inch machete. That is $9. Then they got a hatchet that uses the same concept, similar to the Bear Grylls survival hatchet, the small, short one that's overall length, about the same length as this. Similar to that, for I think $12, I think is what it is. Roughly the same cost as machete, but they're not terribly expensive. And if it meant me having just this knife, that was it, nothing else. I plan on doing a video. I'm going to attach a survival kit to the back of this sheet. If you want to learn how I learned a lot of the stuff that you can put in them, go to Common Sense Outdoors, a really good channel. He deserves more subscribers and viewers than what he's got. So he's got a lot of good stuff. He's out in Oregon. He uses a lot of stuff. The knife he uses a Moore knife on it. Does a sheath, survival kit, wrapped up, and everything. He's got tape, fishing line, fishing hooks, any and everything you think of is in that kit. I plan on doing that. What I plan on using is just a mini Altoids can, 10 putting on it, and running it, or a Tic Tac container, using it in this area right there where my fingers are, in that general area right there. But that about sums it up for this review, guys. The only thing that I would suggest doing once y'all get this is just something popped off my head right then. See y'all lanyard hole? Put you a piece of string on it and run it up. Because trust me, it can be a pain if you're walking. And I don't believe this will fall out. But it's always safer than sorry. Just take you a piece of string and hook it to it. Slide it in there. As y'all see, you just got to go in at a bit of an angle to get it in. But once you get it in there, it's a little bit tough to get it in with the knife in it. Take it, hook it up, little piece of string, just run it right here. Open the latch, put it over the latch right there. Run it up, loop it around the latch like that, and then just close the latch. Just so that way if it comes up, comes out, it ain't going to completely fall off. If you really want to be safe, put it underneath the Velcro as well, and it will not come out, I promise y'all that. But, like I said, that about does it for this review. Ultimate Survival Gear or Technologies knife. This is their just normal knife. What they got on all boxes is cutting tool. I think this is their power knife, if I'm for sure. I can't exactly remember the name. I done threw the box away, or I'd get a look, but I'm not going to dig through the dumpster we got here just to find it. But like I said, it's under $10. Really decent knife, full tang. You can do anything. You can rubber mold your own handle if you want to. Take your 2 blocks of wood, cut 1/2 inch into each block, the shape of your handle, put them together, screw them together, make your little gap in the bottom, set the knife straight up, put your piece over it with a hole, take you a funnel or whatever, and then you got that liquid rubber as seen on TV. I can't remember what that is called. Flex Seal is what it's called, the liquid. Take it, pour it in, it dries, they'll mold you a handle. Just put wax paper down just so that way it doesn't stick to the wood, because it is down there impossible to get that out. You make a wooden handle. You can do whatever you really want. I'm just going to leave the paracord. I might take the orange off and wrap it in camouflage just for more of a tactical kind of ordeal. But yeah, I apologize for this video being 13 minutes long. Like I said, that sums it up. Unless anything else pops into my head, and I'll do a sub-review video, short 2 or 3 minutes if anything does. But this is Jacob from Survival Guide 101. We'll catch y'all later.